Hey guys, welcome back to Life Up Education TV. In today's video, let's talk about, so what do you actually need to succeed and to feel fulfillment? Is it the talent? Is it desire? Is it discipline? So what is it? Let's talk about that. Okay, so without saying this, mentioning about the video that I saw, I cannot possibly jump onto this topic. So I wanted to share real quick what I learned from this one Tony Robbins podcast, where he described how what he learned from some of the most, like, the world most, I guess, respected successful people. And three things, he broke it down to three things. The first thing is hunger. Yes, intelligence is important, but hunger is more important. And by the way, I'm gonna put the link of the video below on the show notes. So if anyone's interested in watching actually like the full footage of that, like, you can also go there and check it out. Okay, the second thing you want is mission that is bigger than yourself. And finally, the third thing you want is being obsessed with strategies. Okay, and then as I was reading this, basically, competition, the logic behind competition is actually simple. We tend to complicate many things, but really it comes down to, like, if we are looking at the long-term game, whoever wants it win. Like, that's the ultimate, like, that's the rule of competition, because who wants it more, they are always resourceful. They want it just so much more that they will always figure out the way to get whatever they want, right? So that's, like, it's that simple. The logic behind competition is that simple. If you want it enough, you're gonna figure out how to get it. And that being said, like, I remembered of, like, some of the things that Steve Jobs said, and he goes, your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is a great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking, don't settle. That's what Steve Jobs said in one speech at the Harvard University in a graduation ceremony when he was invited. And I also remember he mentioning about, like, you really have to love what you do, because there's gonna be a time that comes where it just doesn't make sense for you to keep going unless you love what you do. And that really hit me. I was like, that is so true. And see, like, I wanted to break it down, the three things that I mentioned from Tony earlier, what I think of each of them, right? And I think, all that being said, hunger is definitely number one criteria. I believe that as well with all of my heart. And hunger can come from, like, any individual needs. My own understanding of this is the hunger can come from the need to feel significance, need to feel accomplishment, need to feel excitement, growth, love, like, whatever it is. Like, it can come from your individual need. And then you have the mission bigger than yourself, right? And then, what I've learned from my journey, from my own personal experience so far, is that when your individual need is so catered toward, like, only serving you, like, there's gonna be a point where you notice, like, you're not fulfilled. Like, that's my personal experience. And at some point, you notice that when you go extreme on, like, what makes me, or a human being for that matter, feel fulfilled, it's actually connected to feeling love. It's actually connected to connecting with others, growth, like feeling the growth and contributing to the society. When you have a goal that's such a bigger than yourself, like, that's beyond your capacity of, like, what's in it for me, like, you actually, all of a sudden, you have the greater reason to live for. And for me, when I'm in that state, I feel much more fulfilled. I feel much more, like, purposeful and meaningful. Like, I can definitely find more meaning in my life. So it's been something that's working for me. And then finally, let's address strategies. work on the right thing at the right time. So that's all what it is right here, right? If you want to be able to swim for 10 kilometer and you train to run 10 kilometer every day, it's just not effective. Yes, you can still benefit from putting in the work, but it's not direct nor efficient. But at the same token, I also definitely want to point out the fact that we overestimate or overvalue this working smart way more than working hard. But in reality, there are spaces for both. Like both are needed. Working hard, working smart, both needed, right? So that's what I think when it comes to obsessing with strategies. Yes, strategy is something that makes your plan a lot stronger, makes you more powerful. But you just can't rely only truly on strategy only, right? So yeah, that all being said, I think it comes down to these three, and I think Tony, I mean, who the hell am I to even like make argument? I mean, make a go against Tony, but yeah, Tony summarized it pretty well. These are the three things, and you know what I thought about this for the most is like I saw like it was just such a confirmation for me that your willingness matter, like your desire matters the most. Like I said, the logic behind competition, like it's so basic. Whoever wants it, get it. Like whoever wants it, win in the end. If we look at it in a long-term game. So don't forget that. And thank you very much for watching as always. And I will see you guys in the next video.